I understand in this room we are politicians. That is the profession that we have chosen to embark on. Some of us are better politicians than others. When I look at some of these bills, I don't see them through a politics lens. I see them through a real life lens. So when I see my colleagues, they're on the other side of the rotunda. I'm not sure if they're my colleagues or not. But one of them has mentioned that it shouldn't be a partisan issue because it will bring more candidates to Michigan. Another has mentioned that he looks forward to sitting down with a coney with every presidential candidate that comes through. It seems that many of us as politicians are starstruck with the opportunity of seeing other politicians in our state. But at what cost? My local clerks have reached out to me. At some point, we have to stop and think about what does this mean to all Michiganders? Just this past week, we had a beautiful blanket of snowfall on Saturday. It was awesome. But we still had school off on Monday. I don't understand how moving a presidential primary election earlier into February is not going to disenfranchise people that won't go out because of the weather. We all know that as politicians. That's a major issue. Yet here we are saying we don't care because we're going to have presidential people in our state, and that's awesome. Forget about the people that have to drive in the snow. Secondly, I talked with my local clerks. My clerk makes between $11,000 and $18,000 a year. Put that in perspective. $11,000 to $18,000 a year. Her assistant clerk makes $500 a year. We are going to ask them to back it up 60 days that over Thanksgiving, they're going to be getting absentee ballot applications, and they have 24 hours to return them. Then, throughout Christmas break, they have to mail out the ballots right in the middle when all of the post office is distributing their Christmas cards. I can't imagine a worse time to look at somebody and say, you make $18,000 a year, so guess what? You get to miss all of the holidays with your family because we want to look at cool presidential candidates. Folks, this has real implications beyond who gets to come and if their plane can land because of the snow. This has implications for our families and for our local clerks out in rural areas that, to be blunt, for 4 years I've been fighting for our rural areas because we just get forgotten. What's good for the cities, what's good for the business areas, that must be what's good for the state. No, let's look at what our local township clerks in rural areas have to put up with because of what we do in this chamber and never ask them their opinions. I am an adamant no, and I would ask anybody that has any rural district, contact your township clerk and ask them what it means to them. You will find out a different story than what you're being told. Having presidential people and getting a coney dog with them is cool. Destroying the fabric of a family and making our clerks work throughout the holidays is cruel.